Nigerians, hmm, we have been faced with so many difficulties. I just want to say sorry for Nigeria. This suffering is too much, which we know. Uh, but to start with, it will have been a great thing because this country is blessed with everything. We are blessed. But to crown it all, this country will have been the richest country in the whole world if we have good leaders. What is ruining us, what is killing us in this country, what is taking us back, what is bringing us down is leadership. Bad leadership. I think this is the time with Nigerians as youths, as good citizens of this country, we need to open our eyes now and think with our brain and choose the right person to be the president of this country. It is never done in any developed countries or developing country. If this kind of difficulty persists, it is very, very bad for a nation that is blessed with everything to be in this kind of mess. It's a shame, but we pray that God will definitely intervene this time around. And with one voice, one heart, one mind, one voice, we can bring this nation back to good shape. This is not about party this time around. Our eyes are open. It's not going to be about party, it's going to be about personality. For the past 7.5 years of this our administration, they've woefully failed us in every aspect of our livelihood. Fine. We know as youths of this country, as citizens of this country, we know what we can do to frustrate our government. But we will never do that. As a good citizen of this country, as youths of this country, we will never do that. Please, I want this video to go viral. I want Nigerians to see this video. I want you people to share this video to our leaders so that we know how we are feeling. Nothing seems to be working in this country because of leadership. Electricity zero, education zero. What pains me most in the aspect of education is these professors, lecturers, teachers that made all these politicians what they are today. They are suffering. A lot of them retired for over 7, 8, 10 years. Retirees are still suffering. They've suffered a lot to serve their country. I believe, by my own definition, for democracy, it is a government of the people, for the people, by the people. Our leaders are supposed to be good servers, but we citizens who fought to put them there, we are now serving them, and they are supposed to be serving us. Please, if I'm speaking the mind of every Nigerian, every citizen of this country, please let me know in the comment section. These our present administration, our present government, they failed us. And I want to beg the citizens of this country, I want to beg all the youths that they shouldn't be an instrument of destruction, an instrument of evil. Election is coming. This is the right instrument for us to use and choose good leaders for our country and change this country for good. We've been hearing about protests here and there, and I want to urge our government that this situation right now shouldn't get out of hand. Election is coming. They should have a good way of addressing this situation. We've been faced with fuel issue, inflation, nothing has been done. Electricity zero, education zero, banking sector zero. Now we are faced with new naira notes. This suffering is too much. Suffer, suffer, pro max. So serious. Sapa Pro Max. Now we are in the situation of Sapa Pro Max. No money. They change our money suddenly, something that they never dreamt of in the past 7 years. Fine, it's a policy, it's a good one, but I call it a jeopardy in the sense that it will have been the best situation. But let's take a look at it. Everything in this our country, every policy they bring that they believe will have been a good policy, it's always affecting the masses and not the leaders, not the rich people, not the politicians. It favors them. Look at what the mess we are in now. Our president might have a good way for him to do some things like this policy he brought, but what's the end of it? No end. That's why I call it jeopardy. It will have been the best thing, but it's not affecting the politicians as they said is because of this coming election, because of vote buying. But I want you to believe, I want Nigerians to believe that this policy, they also have interest in it. But at the same time, let's not engage in violence, let's not engage in evil. The opportunity to turn this country around again, we have just 1 week to do presidential election. Our power is our PVC. I urge all Nigerians, all youths, all citizens of this country, home and abroad, if you have your PVC, if you can come home to vote, come and rescue us. We are in this mess together, and we will fight to bring ourselves out of this mess together. This is very, very simple. I heard something today, this evening. I heard about Kano governor trying to shift the blame on the president, trying to cover the party. No, somebody that you people could not talk to. The blame is on the party and not the president. Are they being, you guys have been supportive? It will never get this level. But see the kind of situation we find ourselves in today. We promised us change, and this is the kind of change that we are getting. No problem. But I know this, we are going to get out of this mess by the special grace of God. Uh, an advice from me is this: let's not try to partake in election malpractice. If they give you money to vote for them, Let let's show them that we know more than them. Let them bring the money, collect the money and vote your mind. We have this is not the time we should be fighting. We shouldn't fight. Please, I urge everybody throughout the nation, we should stop violence. Violence is even out of this situation. It will make the matter worse. Please, let's stop violence. The power we have now is our ability to be able to vote our mind and bring this country out of mess. It's a shame on, don't let me use that word shame on us. I know it's not easy, no security, no education, no health care. If this country is good, if they have done well, would they be taking, if this country is okay, would they be taking their children abroad to school? Would they be going abroad for medication? Would they be going abroad for all these things? No. But look at those developed countries. Because they have all these good things in place, we are able to be going there. What if they are doing the same thing like us? Where are we going to go? Hey, it is well with us. It is well, it is well, it is well. But I know we are getting there gradually. We are getting there gradually. But I urge our government to stop all this. Are they not thinking of their end? Are they not thinking of the generation when they've gone? Where will those generations be? They've forgotten. Do not forget. It is in the Bible, it is in the Quran. The nemesis will surely get to you before you leave this world. And it will also get to your generation. So they should have that at the back of their minds. So I urge our youth, I urge our citizens, home and abroad, please, let's have one voice. Let's work together and bring this country out of this mess. Fine, they brought a policy. Let's change our notes because some people they have our money, they've embezzled. Let's change our notes. Fine, we change the notes, but it's not affecting them. It's affecting the masses. It's a very simple thing. The whole notes will have died naturally without any stress, but they jeopardize the whole process, the whole policy. Our bank managers, our bankers, they keep selling the money to politicians, rich people. They refuse to give the money out to people. But I want to urge our Mr. President again, one more time. Please, let's be putting our old notes into our normal bank and not CBN. How many CBN do we have in one state, in each state? Just one. Do you think the whole citizen in the state will now go to bank? It is not possible. Please, our government, you can please help us to readjust that so that we can as much as possible, as quickly as possible, put these old notes to something that we are going to forget. If that is the case, it is as simple as that. This whole process should not stress us. We all have one or two things we are doing. Some people will be in school, some people will be at work. So how do you want us to go about that? It is very difficult, sir, Mr. President. If you will hear this, it is very difficult for us. It's very simple. If you can just readdress this for us, Mr. President, by making it so easy for us to put these old notes into our normal banks and not CBN. It is very stressful. A lot of us will be at work, a lot of us will be somewhere doing one or two things. And do you expect us to go to CBN at the same time? It's not possible. Please help us readjust that, Mr. President. We are begging, sir. We are good citizens of this country, and we are to support you by abiding by your rules and regulations. We can't go against whatever policy you bring. We can't go against it. That shows we are good citizens of this country. That's why I've been urging all our citizens to stop violence. This is not time for violence. So, my fellow Nigerians, this is the time to fight for our rights, and the way to fight for this right is to cast our vote and vote our mind. Don't let anybody deceive you. Don't let any politician deceive you. Don't let any politician scare you. Vote your mind, please. Vote your mind. They bring money, collect the money. That means what they are owing you, they are giving you out of it. Collect the money and vote your heart, vote your mind. Let's bring this country out of mess. And again, to our youth, please, let's shun violence. Violence is not the key to the solution. Please, it's not the key. Our key to this solution is to vote the right person into that position. Please, let's be an advocate of progress and not advocate of violence in this country. I totally disagree with violence. As a good citizen of this country, I I condemn violence totally, and that is how every citizen of this country should see violence as something that we must condemn. So we've been hearing about all this violence here and there. Please, let's stop it right now. I mean, right now. We have just 1 week to this coming election. Please, let's get our PVC. Our power, our key to the success of this coming election is that PVC. And let's come out en mass on that day. You know, we've been faced with series of SAPA disturbing us. The SAPA we are facing right now is SAPA Pro Max. But if we make another mistake by not voting the right person this time, it's not about party. This is about personality, and this is about the right person. If we make that mistake, we will be facing SAPA Pro Max Plus for the next 4 or 8 years. So I urge us to come out en mass and vote our heart. Vote your heart. You have the power to die your heart. Nobody can control that heart for you. God will bless this country. God bless Nigeria. Thank you.